So, thank you, play along. This is good. So the first level of knowing is what I call reference knowing. Reference knowing is like, yeah, I've heard of that. So last week my boat broke down. Oh, I know, feel bad for me. You know, my summer home in the Thousand Islands broke down. Thank you. So my boat broke down, and Howard, my boat mechanic guy, comes over. He makes house calls. Thank you, Howard. Comes over to fix my boat. And he's just so great. You know, Howard really wants me to understand what's happening with my broken boat. So he's going on telling me all of this and that. And I know he was speaking English because I've heard those words before. I've heard words like carburetor and celluloid and selling you something. I've heard those words before, but really he could have been speaking Greek, right? That's referenced knowing. I've heard the words, but I don't really. And then there's like, I'm familiar with that. So there's reference knowing, and then there's familiarity. I'm familiar with that. So that's like when my tech guy, Aaron, is talking to me about my website. Or he's talking to me about my social media references and what I'm going to do on social media. Now I know these words, and I actually do a little social media, and I have a website. So I can like be in the conversation, but really about 70% of it's going right over my head. Right? So I have a sense of it, I have a reference familiarity with it, right? Can you all relate to that? All right. And then there's a sense of, I understand this. I can actually understand this. Like for me, cooking. I can cook. I'm not really good at cooking, I don't really love cooking, I don't spend a lot of time cooking, but I can cook. I understand the realm of cooking, right? So there's 3 levels. The 4th level of knowing is what I call competency. Competency, where you're beyond understanding it, you can actually demonstrate competence with it. I would say I have competency with an array of sports, and with an array of athletics. I can play racquetball, I can ski, I used to play basketball and soccer and volleyball and softball, anything with a ball, I would say I'm competent. And then there's this other level called mastery. The 5th level of knowing is what I call mastery. Now, how do you develop mastery of something? There's actually a theory of mastery. It's called the theory of 10,000 hours. And anything that, the research says, anything that you want to be masterful at, if you are willing to commit 10,000 hours to it, you will be masterful. Isn't that interesting? The theory of 10,000 hours. So I would say I have a degree of mastery in the realm of human potential and human development. I've been a therapist for 25 years, I've been a coach, I'm a speaker, a trainer. I understand the realm of human beings, communication, performance, right? So you all with me? You get these different levels of knowing. And now think about, you know, your spiritual life, your understanding of truth principle, and how that's actually showing up in your life.